Okay, so as I'll be teaching you mathematics, I always prefer teaching mathematics by understanding students and how students think. Like, it's very important for me to know your competency levels, your mathematical skills. So for me to understand that, I have created some puzzles for your standard. So you will tell me, we'll solve a couple of puzzles today. In the process, I'll get to know how good you are with your mathematics. So we'll be discussing maths through these puzzles today. When we get into the real topics, the actual topics of your ninth standard, I'll get to know your strength, and accordingly we'll run the classes. The pace will be set accordingly. Okay, so that's wonderful. So we can start. Come on, solve this puzzle and get to the answer. You're able to approach the problem, right? It's not that you're totally stuck.
Sir, can you give any clue for this sum?
You want a clue, Harisri?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so first let's understand if you have understood the question properly. Okay, so what is it saying? There are two candles. There are two candles of equal length. So that means there is a candle here of a particular length. Let me take the length of the candle like this, the first candle. Okay, and there is another candle. There are two candles. Correct? So they are saying it's of equal length. So do we know the length? Did he give you the length? Harisri, did he give you the length?
No.
So what will we do? Whenever it's not given, we can assume, right? Can we assume the length of the candle?
Yeah.
Correct. So
variable X.
Yeah, you can take it as variable X. So just for the knowledge, let me take it as L. Okay, so if this is of length L, can I say even this will be of length L? Yes or no?
Yes.
Because he has told you that both the candles are of equal length. So he's saying one of them burns completely in 4 hours while the other burns completely in 8 hours. Now, what does that mean? So that means, one of the candle takes just 4 hours to completely burn. So in 4 hours, that length will become 0. That means that entire length will be burnt. So if you take the other one, so if you look at the other candle, it will take 8 hours to burn. So, but did he give you how much time they have spent on burning? No. They said both of them are ignited together and are extinguished after some time. So what does that mean? That means both of them are ignited together and are extinguished after some time. So that means the time taken for burning is same. That means, it's something like there was a particular time, but he did not give you time also. So that means even you don't know for how much time that they were burnt. But you know for sure they started burning and extinguished at the same time. That means the time taken for burning is also same. But so now let me ask you, Harisri. Now if they are burnt for the same time, so which one might have got burnt more and which one might have burnt less? Tell me. It's given that the first one takes 4 hours to burn. This one, the first one takes 4 hours to burn and the second one takes 8 hours to burn. Now tell me, if that's the case, I'm saying for a given time T, okay, so you don't know how much time, but there is some time they were burned, and he's saying the remaining length of one candle is 4 times the remaining length of the other candle. So after burning for some time, there's something left. That means the time taken for burning is less than 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Why, Harisri? Can you explain why it will be less than 4 hours?
Because both of the candles lighted together.
Correct.
So one might have burned.
Correct. Both of them are burnt, but there's some part of the candle that is left. That's what he's saying. He's saying that the remaining length of one candle is 4 times the remaining length of the other candle. So there is something remaining in both the candles. That means they are burnt for some time, and that time is, we don't know how much it is, but whatever it is, it will be less than 4 hours. The reason is, if it is more than 4 hours, one of them will be totally burnt. Correct? So find for how much time the candles were burning. So that's the question. Okay. Anyone? Did you arrive at anything closer to the answer? Manoj sir told me that you people are very smart. That's what Manoj sir told me. Your physics sir who took the class for you this week, he told me that, kids are very smart. They answer good questions. But I don't see anyone talking. Come on. Okay. So, Harisri, would you like to solve with me? Let's switch on your mic. We'll discuss and solve this problem. Okay, Harisri, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Very good. Let's do it together. Okay. Now, 1 second. Okay. So now tell me, if the first candle, let me call this as first candle. Okay. First candle. Tell me if he's saying that the first candle burns completely in 4 hours. So if it burns completely in 4 hours, tell me what happens in 1 hour. How much part of? Very good. So in 1 hour, you said 1/4 of the candle will be burnt. Yes or no?
Yes.
So if you burn it for 2 hours, what part of the candle will be burnt in 2 hours?
2/4 it will come.
Very good. 2/4 of the candle, or I can say half of the candle will be burnt. So if I burn it for 3 hours?
3/4.
Very good. 3/4. Madhav, I'll give you a chance to speak. The second part I'll discuss with you. You can keep yourself in mute for a moment. Okay. So in 4 hours, what will happen, Harisri?
1 full candle burn.
Wonderful. 4/4 of the candle. That means 1 full value of the candle will be burnt. Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. So now tell me, we don't know for how much time this is burnt. If it is burnt for T hours, how much part of the first candle will be burnt? How much will be burnt? Yes?
4/4.
T/4. Very good. Brilliant. Now everyone is talking. T/4 of the candle. That means of the candle, the length of the candle we assumed is L. So can I say T/4 of L will be burnt? Is everyone okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Brilliant.
Yes,
Brilliant.
sir.
If T/4 of the candle is burnt, so tell me how much is remaining? How much is remaining? Can anyone tell me how much is remaining in the first candle? What is the length of the candle? What is the length of the candle we assumed?
Is it 3 T/4?
What? How much?
3 T/4.
No, it will not be 3 T/4, Harisri, because it is T/4 of L is burnt. L is the length of the candle. We don't know what is the length of the candle, which is L. We have taken that as L. So T/4 of L is burnt. So how much is remaining? The remaining will be from the full length, right? What is the full length initially? The length was L. From that, T/4 is burnt. T/4 of L is burnt. So the remaining will be L minus whatever is burnt, right? So this much is burnt. So how much is left? The leftover is nothing but full length L minus T/4 of L. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes.
Harisri, the way you are thinking is, sir, 1/4 is burnt, so 3/4 will be left. That logic is good. But that logic is good only when we know that 1 is a number, but here it is T, and we don't know the length of the candle, which we assumed it as L. So we cannot assume that it's, we have to ensure that we assume something, right? Otherwise, you will be spoiling the problem somewhere. So it's very important for you to understand that the length of the candle is L. If I take the length of the candle as L, in T hours, T4th of L is burnt. This much is burnt. Try to understand what I'm trying to teach you. So you can see T4th of L is burnt. So L minus T4th of L is burnt. That is the leftover. Okay, Alfia, don't worry. I'll explain once again. First, let me get on with the problem. So, yeah. So where is now? Okay, Harisri, come on, tell me now what happens. Can I simplify this? Do you know how to simplify this? We have L taken common 1 minus T by 4. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, simplify that. Can I write this as L into LCM is 4. So if you inside the bracket, LCM is 4. Therefore, 1 into 4, 4 minus T. Yes or no? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay with everyone? Say yes in the chat box if you're okay with it. What is remaining in the first candle? We are discussing first candle now. First candle, I am saying in case of first candle, we are solving for first candle. Remaining is L into 4 minus T by 4. Very good. Now, if that's the case, now let's get on with the second candle. Let's understand second candle. Now tell me, second candle burns totally in 8 hours. If it is burns totally in 8 hours, how much will be burnt in the case of second candle? How much will be burnt? How much will be burnt in T hours? Madhav, I want Madhav to do this now. Madhav, tell me how much will be burnt in T hours in case of second candle. Kunal. What's going on? Okay, Harisri, go ahead. Alfia, very good. Not 1 by 8 Alfia. It's not 1 hour, it's T hours. Therefore, T by 8 of L will be burnt. In 1 hour, 1 by 8 will be burnt. In 2 hours, 2 by 8 will be burnt. But we don't know whether it's 1 hour or 2 hours. So we have taken it as to be T hours. Therefore, T by 8 of L will be burnt. If T by 8 of L will be burnt, so in the second candle, can anyone tell me how much will be remaining?
Sir, L minus T by 8 into L.
L minus T by 8 into L. Very good. So
and sir, we put out common.
Both are common. Very good. So what will be the remaining? If you simplify that, it will be L taken common. 8 minus T upon 8 will be the remaining. Yes or no? Very good. Now he told you the remaining length of one candle is 4 times the remaining length of the other candle. That means for the first candle, you know how much is remaining. For second candle also, you know how much is remaining. He told you that one is 4 times the other. Now tell me, without even solving, first tell me which remaining part will be more, the second one or the first one? Which will be more?
Sir, first one.
How can it be first one, Madhav? जो 4 घंटे में जलेगा, आपको नहीं लगता 4 घंटे में जो जलेगा वो फटाफट जल जाएगा? जो 8 घंटे में जलेगा वो कम जलेगा ना? कम जलेगा मतलब ज्यादा बचेगा. So if you understand, the one that burns faster will have less amount remaining, whereas the one that burns longer, it will have more remaining. Yes or no? Yeah, very good, Kunal. So basically, the second candle, the remaining of second candle will be 4 times of remaining of first candle. How many of you understand this, or you need an explanation? If you understood this point, say yes in the chat box. Otherwise, say no in the chat box. Okay. Alfia says no. Okay, Alfia, let me explain. Now tell me. Now in the given question, it says, no problem, Alfia, I'll explain. Don't worry. In the question, it says, equal, one of them burns completely in 4 hours. One of them, the first one burns in 4 hours. The second one burns in 8 hours. Now tell me, Alfia, I want you to tell me, in 4 hours, if something burns completely, in 2 hours, how much will that be burnt? In 2 hours, how much will that be burnt? 2 by 4 of it? Half of it will be burnt. So if half of it is burnt, how much is left? The remaining half is left. Correct? Very good. Now, if something burns fully in 8 hours, how much will it burn in 2 hours? In 2 hours? If something burns totally in 8 hours, how much will be burnt in 2 hours? 2 by 8. Very good. That means 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 is burnt. So how much will be left? How much will be left, Alfia? Can I say 3 by 4 is left? 2 by 8 is 1 by 4. If 1 by 4 is burnt, how much is left? 3 by 4. Now tell me, yes. So can I say, because it is 3 by 4 is left, don't you think more is left over in the second case? So can I now say the one that takes longer to burn will have more of it remaining? Yes or no? Alfia, I'm waiting for you. Wonderful. Wonderful. So let's come back to the question now. Let's come back to the question. So we got to know the remaining of the second candle is 4 times the remaining of first candle. That is what is given in the question. It is given that the remaining length of one candle is 4 times the remaining length of the other candle. Find how much time the candles were burning. So remaining of second candle. What is remaining of second candle? It is L into, yeah, what is the multiplication factor there? 8 minus T upon 8 should be equal to 4 times of remaining of first candle. Remaining of first candle is nothing but L into, yeah, what is that factor there? 4 minus T upon 4. Okay, so you can cancel L and L. I'm assuming you know these calculations. I'm assuming you're smart kids, 9th standard. If you don't know how to solve that, send me a private chat. I'll help you separately after the class. Okay, L and L gets cancelled. So you know this 4 and this 4 also gets cancelled because this is in the numerator, this is in the denominator. Okay, so now here simplification is 8 minus T in the numerator. 8 minus T in the numerator is equal to, this 8 goes into cross multiplication. This 8 goes on the right hand side as cross multiplication. So it is 8 times of 4 minus T. Chalo, solve this and tell me the answer. 8 minus T is equal to 8 into 4 minus T. Simplify that and get to the answer and tell me what is the answer. People who don't know how to simplify, let me do it for you. It is 8 minus T. I'm doing it here. 8 minus T is equal to 8 into 4 is 32 minus 8 into minus T is minus 8T. 8 into minus T will be minus 8T. So if your minus 8T comes, if you transpose this to the left hand side, okay, 8 minus 8T will become plus 8T. 8T minus T will be 7T. Your 7T will be equal to what? Will be equal to 32 minus 8. 32 minus 8 will be 24. Correct? So that will be 7T is 24. Therefore, your T is nothing but 24 by 7. 24 by 7, which is roughly 3 hours. 3 by 7 hours. 3 by 7 hours. Perfect, Kunal. That's a perfect answer. 24/7 is a perfect answer.